Karen Howard, who is the Vice Chair of the Chatham County Board of Commissioners.
Well, good morning. I thought I was a morning person. I know I'm not a night person. Now I'm thinking I'm an 11:15 person. But thank you all for being here. There's a lot happening in Chatham. You'll hear more from others, but I'm going to focus on what's happening around the Unified Development Ordinance that we are currently undertaking a revision of in Chatham County. You can see that the agenda for today is sort of just going through the timeline, the modules, and finishing up with Plan Moncure, which we actually did get and voted on last year. So the Unified Development Ordinance project is moving along well. It's structured into 4 modules. There's a zoning, development standards, procedures, and definitions. Module 1 includes our chapters. Most particularly, the most exciting thing about that really is the zoning districts and the use regulations. I think that developers and potential developers will be very interested in the new options that are going to be available under the changes that we're anticipating will be part of the final product. The public review of the draft was presented to the Board of Commissioners in March of 2023, and the consultants are now incorporating the feedback that we received in the consolidated draft. And you can look at this on the project website. In fact, you can see most of what I'm going to be covering today on the project website. It's very well organized, and you can also get a view of what's coming next. So the consultant team recently completed the public review draft of the UDO Development Standards module, which includes 8 chapters. This is the biggest part of the draft. It addresses development, design, environmental standards, and it's the largest of the 4 modules. The public review incorporates input that's received from the county staff, the Planning Board UDO subcommittee that includes planning board and members of the ex officio Climate Change Advisory Committee, the Appearance Commission, Environmental Review Advisory Committee, and the Affordable Housing Advisory Committee. Drafts are available on the project website under the Documents and Work Products tab, and the consultant team will present the drafts to the Board of Commissioners at our meeting on May 6th, which is coming up very soon, and to the Planning Board at their meeting on May 7th. The presentations will focus on major changes proposed to the current regulations, and the Commissioners' meeting will include time for public comment and input from the community. And I really do encourage people, particularly people in this space, to give feedback because I like to remind people commissioners are not experts in anything that we weren't experts in before we got elected. So having your input is valuable for us to consider the various ways that we can enhance some of the opportunities in Chatham County. Next, the county included a health and equity assessment. We approached White and Smith Planning, the consultant team that was leading the development of the UDO, to prepare a standard focused on health and equity. The county's goal is to increase the focus on health and equity issues in Chatham County and evaluate techniques to improve upon existing policies and objectives within the UDO. We're hoping that these will offer and enhance some of the quality of life for Chatham County residents. And the assessment will give a broad overview of each of the 7 areas of assessment or themes, and it supports each theme with specific findings related to Chatham County. This part of the assessment also evaluates and prioritizes objectives that align with best planning practices. It has an ongoing state and local initiatives section and specific Chatham County policies outlined within Plan Chatham. This will be followed by recommended approaches for implementing the objectives into the UDO drafting process. With the UDO timeline, it's been an ongoing project for quite a little while now, but we are currently in stage 3, which is the drafting, and we are anticipating that the consolidated UDO draft will be released in late summer or early fall of this year. And following the release of the consolidated draft, there will be some time for revisions and input, and we will then move the UDO forward for by November of this year, which would really go well with our scheduling and just ensure that the commissioners that have been most intimately involved in the process are available to vote on the adoption. Again, here is the timeline that we anticipate for the progress of the UDO, which began in 2021 and is moving forward at a speed that this is what we anticipated. We knew that it's a very complicated process, and we were really deeply committed to having community input and ensuring that the product that we end up with really reflects the values and expectations of our community. So next steps, Module 3, we will be following Board of Commissioners and Planning Board's presentations about Module 2. The items that are shown above are going to be walked through as we go about adopting the UDO, hopefully in November. So we'll have the Module 3 procedures, Module 4 definitions, the consolidated UDO draft prepared, and then the Board of Commissioners and Planning Board will review and hopefully adopt. The Plan Moncure Small Area Plan was voted on in 2023. One of the recommendations of Plan Chatham, the comprehensive plan that was adopted in 2017, was that we would start a small area planning process in Moncure once a major tenant had landed at the Triangle Innovation Point Moncure megasite. So when VinFast announced their intention to locate at the megasite in early 2022, and the commissioners approved moving forward with the small area plan in late 2022, the project began to take shape. The adoption, it took 9 months, which was light speed in the world of commissioners, and it was adopted with invaluable feedback from multiple engagement opportunities in the community. There's a transportation and infrastructure section, marketing, land use analysis, and over the next 20 years, the Plan Moncure Small Area Plan will help guide county decision makers and policymakers in future development and land uses in this area. The Plan Moncure map that goes along with the Plan Moncure section of the UDO is shown, and this is the future land use map and conservation map for the Moncure area. It's also available for review at www.recodechathamnc.org/planmoncure. And finally, I want to thank you all for being here. I want to say that it's a great day in Chatham, but I'm biased. It's always a great day in Chatham, but we don't do this work alone. So all of you are partners again.